Hi everyone. Today I'm going to show you how we built a wood-fired hot tub in our backyard. We researched it and even tried making a wood-fired hot tub using a stock tank, and it just didn't work out very well. There was some issues with that design. It took too long to heat the water, and using a stock tank, the water wasn't deep enough. The hot tub wasn't big enough to fit my entire family in it, so we took the dimensions from a regular hot tub and built our own version of a wood-fired hot tub. We also didn't want to deal with adding chemicals and cleaning and running electricity to a regular hot tub, and this design was fairly easy to build, and it works really, really well. To start with, we basically build a box using plate steel. And here you can see the beginning of our hot tub. It was actually pretty easy. I ordered a 1/4-inch plate steel from a steel distributor and had the pieces cut using a big shear to my specifications. So building the box was relatively easy. The bottom is one continuous piece or one solid piece of 1/4-inch plate steel, and that's important not to have a seam on the bottom, and you'll understand why in a minute. Around the perimeter, I added a 2x2 piece of square tubing, and this was for aesthetics and also to add some rigidity to the hot tub. This way, when it's filled with water, the sides won't bow out. First, I tacked the pieces in place and then had to do a lot of welding around the perimeter and at the seams. I did a continuous bead of welding on the inside as well as the outside. This way, the hot tub would be watertight. I underestimated the amount of time spent welding on this project. I bet I've got 30 or 40 hours of welding. I found a scrap piece of metal and I attached a hook to the back side of the hot tub so that I could attach a chain to it and pick it up with my tractor to flip it over. Here we are flipping the hot tub over to work on the underside of the hot tub. The underside of the hot tub, I'm going to add some more plate steel to it to serve both to hold the hot tub up and also to make a firebox. As you can see here, with the hot tub flipped upside down, the bottom is sagging a little bit, and I had no way to get underneath it to push that up. So this was a bit of a snag that took some thought, but what I ended up doing was just taking a piece of 2x2 square tubing and just tacked it in place in the middle of the hot tub, and then had someone push down using leverage to pop the steel up. Once I had it popped up enough, then I tacked it in place. Next, I cut pieces of plate steel and attached them, and again, this will serve both as the support structure underneath the hot tub, as well as it will be the firebox where the fire will be built underneath the hot tub. There was definitely some time involved with cutting each piece to the required length and figuring out exactly where everything was going to go. But here is what it looks like when it's about halfway through. You can see the L-shaped area in the middle of the hot tub is going to be the firebox, and the fire will be built in the front part that you can see here, and the heat will be drawn back to the middle of the hot tub and then off to the side, and that is where we will attach a chimney to the side of the hot tub. This will make a lot more sense in just a minute when we flip the hot tub back over. This is with the underside finished. I added some pipe to the bottom side of it just to reinforce all the pieces of plate steel, as well as give me something to allow me to drag the hot tub with a four-wheeler or a tractor into place. We also added a 3-inch drain in the corner of the bottom of the hot tub, as you can see here. Here we are with the hot tub flipped back upright, so it's right side up now, and right here where you're looking is where the fire will be built. We spray painted it. I welded some angle braces to the inside of it for some benches and added some cedar benches and cedar flooring to the bottom. It was very important to add cedar to the bottom of the hot tub. That way the bottom of the hot tub won't be too hot on your feet when you're in it. Here we have it in place, and we added dirt around the outside, using the dirt to fill in all the little voids and spaces around the hot tub, mainly for insulation. And here you can see I added I bent a piece of the plate steel for a support structure for some brick. We added a chimney, which is double walled. That way if someone's sitting along the edge and they touch it, it won't burn them. It really doesn't get very hot. And we built a windbreak on one side, and here we are building a deck around it too. We added some lighting, and we also added a drain to the hot tub, and I put a fitting on there that would receive a hose. That way when we drain the hot tub, we can move the hose around to water our lawn with the water. Here you can see the valve and the hose attachment that we put on it. All in all, the project worked out really well. It is very functional, and you might wonder how long it takes to heat the water. And as far as volume goes, we calculated about 600 gallons of water to fill it, and it takes right around 3 to 4 hours to heat it on a cold day from about 34 degrees all the way up to 102, 103 degrees. It's fairly easy to maintain the heat if you can use large pieces of wood inside the firebox. That helps quite a bit to keep your heat right where you want it. If you want to heat it up quickly, you put a lot of smaller pieces in and get a nice hot fire to heat it up quickly. The other thing that we did was we added a temperature sensor, which we got online for around $20, that also wirelessly transmits a signal to your phone, so that way you can tell what the temperature is of the water at any time, and you can monitor it while it's heating. The other thing that's important is in the winter time is to add a submersible tank heater. So that way the water will not freeze. And that's important because if water gets in there and it freezes, it will expand and likely break your welds. All in all, it works out great. And thanks for your time, and I hope if you build this that it adds some enjoyment to your life.